Hello there, YouTubers. Hope you can hear me okay over the wind noise and traffic noise and whatnot. We're shooting under non-ideal conditions. We're also running out of daylight. Well, we're pretty far out on the outer edge of Hannover city. This is the fairgrounds, where the Hanover Industry Fair and many more take place. And right next to the fairgrounds, you can see that logo turning up there, are the Expo grounds. The World Exhibition Expo 2000 took place in Hanover. What a special event. I was there. I was only 8 years old, so I can't really remember a whole lot, but well, anyway, tonight I had the crazy idea to go to IKEA, but that ain't gonna work because, well, it's 7:45 and they're closing at 8, so not much of a point in going there. So I thought instead we'd make this quick and dirty video showing you some of the Expo 2000 remains. And that's what they are, because the usage of the Expo grounds has really not been a very successful project. After the Expo 2000 ended after a couple of months, a lot of the buildings, the pavilions as they were called, were abandoned basically. So let's go ahead and take a look around some sights and scenes, the Expo grounds of the Expo 2000 here in Hanover. Out in the middle of nowhere, you literally have to drive half an hour with a tram to even get here. And there we have some playground or whatever, some weird structure over there as well. As I said, I was here as a kid, and I remember this place being incredibly full with people. This was packed. Well, now it's pretty much dead. There was a BMW dealership. They reused one of the pavilions into that. Over there, you might just be able to see one of the many parking grounds. And that's where our journey started from back then. Of course, my parents drove here in the car. The IKEA was not there back in 2000. That was put up at a later point. Well, a lot of the pavilions were torn down, so plenty of empty space. There we have the Pavilion of Lithuania. I think that's the English name for it, Litauen. That's a German name. As you can see, some bright yellow space age looking thing, but this has been totally abandoned, has not been in use. You can tell it's quite dirty, that place. Doors have all been boarded up. Some of the trim fell off up there. There's that, all off by itself. There used to be other pavilions surrounding this from other countries, but they've all been torn down. Across the road, we got this. This used to be the Spanish pavilion. Actually says Spain up there, or Spanien. That's a German word once again. Very faded. Can't really tell. There it is. Oh, it actually says España up there. So there it is. As you can see, totally abandoned. As we zoom in, the windows down there, it's all been boarded up, ripped apart. Look into that. Roof is all destroyed. There's a tire lying in there. All the way in the distance over there you can see the so-called Expo whale. This was where Christian religions were representing themselves at the Expo, and it still is a religious sort of event center thing. It's not a church, but for religious purposes. So there is that. That is still in use, would you believe it? And here we have a close-up of Lithuania, or remains of it. So we zoom in on that once again. As you can see, that place is trashed. Here is another look at the Spanish pavilion from the other side. That place is looking sad. You can see where it said Spain. This appears to be one of the few pavilions that has been reused. It's now called the Peppermint Pavilion. Not sure what's up with that, but I guess we'll find out once I walk up to that. And then we have this pavilion. That also looks to be still in use. We're really running out of daylight now. I hope you can still see things okay. I'll definitely have to return here at another point. But, well, you can definitely see they got lights on in the Peppermint Pavilion. And I can hear music too. Upon closer inspection, as you can clearly see, also the Peppermint Pavilion has seen some better days. That's the back of it. And it is an event location. Well, over here we have something that's totally trashed. I think this is the Polish Pavilion, Poland. I think it says on one of these metal beams on the other side. I can't see it right now, but you can see that place. That is a dump right there. And then over here we got the Turkish Pavilion. Turkey, it says. You can't really make it out because the colors are so faded. That's right there. As you can see, that is all empty. I'm not sure which country this would have been, but that place actually looks like it still had something in it, but it's not in very good condition either. This is once again the Turkish Pavilion. You can see that used to be the entranceway. One of them, I guess, at least. You can see that's all overgrown. And then we got that. That's the Peppermint Pavilion right there. Just notice on the roof of the Polish Pavilion, I think it would have said Poland on that beam right there, but it's probably fallen off, and right there it says Lädt ein. That's German. And then there's the translation, welcomes you, and on that beam over there, you can just make it out, I think it says the equivalent in Polish language. Got a random fountain going right there. That's kind of weird. That's where we're coming from. Over here we have, I'd say this was the Finnish Pavilion, and this is not looking too happy, although they do have a light on in there. It's called the Finn box, so I guess this would have been Finland. You got some kind of it's like a wood pattern, like a forest pattern on this glass. There you can see it. It's kind of interesting. And as we look over here, this is a sad, sad landmark, the Expo grounds. This was the Netherlands, I think, and this was one of the most exciting, one of the most outstanding pavilions. Very, very cool design, and as you can see, this is a total dump. This was on fire several times. It has been completely gutted by vandals and whatnot, and as you can see, this thing is trash. That thing is trashed. See, they had trees growing in there. Can't see any of that anymore. We got windmills up on the roof. Those are gone. Standing at the foot of the Netherlands Pavilion. There you can see. This thing is not gonna live anymore. I really don't think anyone is gonna fix all that. As we move around, I'm not sure what that building is. There is that BMW dealership. This has been reused into an office building. I'm not sure what this would have been. Got some sort of a statue right there. Another look at the Netherlands Pavilion. Still not sure what this was. We're now approaching the part of the expo grounds that has at least still a little bit of use to it. That's over that in that direction. Got a giant security camera up on that building. I guess that's there for a good reason. Look at that thing. And over here we have the Exposeum. This is a museum about the expo. World Trade Center, Hanover. Oh well. So I guess that has been repurposed. We're now at the Expo Plaza. And as I said, this is one of the few places that still has a bit of a use to it. Not tonight, as you can see, but this is for events and concerts and that sort of stuff. Right now it's just a lot of blank space. This has been turned into a concert arena. As you can see, I've got a giant screen up there and all that. They do have open air concerts on this place from time to time. But not tonight, and it is a Saturday night, so it would definitely be a good time to have a concert. And then we got, this is called the Planet M. Another weird pavilion right there. Anyway, I'm going to be heading off into that direction because that is where the tram station is. And you can see these lights. These are very characteristic for the expo. And as a matter of fact, a lot of places around here have these lights. These are called the expo poles, I think. It's a nicer name in German. But there they are. I got this bridge thingy. And, you know, the expo, as you can clearly see, it didn't leave a whole lot behind here in Hanover that would be anything special. However, the expo for Hanover was an opportunity to sort of modernize itself. They redid part of the city center. They have the identical lights in there, and they did a lot of stuff. They bought new tram wagons. We might actually see one of those in a few minutes, provided the battery lasts. And the expo was when the suburban train network was created. Previously, there was nothing along those lines, and if you are going to go to Hanover in the train, you had to go with a longer distance one, I think. Can't really remember all that, but I do remember driving the old trains to Hanover before they had the modern ones for the suburban train. You can see we've got a road down here, all kind of over-dimensioned. This was supposed to become a whole new part of this city. As you can see, that didn't go to plan. Not a lot going on out here. And as you can see, there we have the tram station. We've now pretty much reached the end of our journey. There is a tram station, giant place. Back then it was necessary. Nowadays I got a tram departing from here every 10 minutes, I think. That's not much. This is now called the Office Center Plaza, right there. Giant building. This is where we came from. You can probably tell by the lights. And there we have one last look at the sad silhouette of the Netherlands Pavilion. Right there.